Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back again to my podcast channel. Papa Dejet here, and please welcome the one and only Adam343. Hello, Adam.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hello. It's nice to meet you again. Actually, in my podcast, it's the second time, right?
Yeah,
Okay, the first one I think it's back in the 2021 when you still play at the Nigma Galaxy or Galaxy Racer. Which one?
yeah, it was so long ago. It was Galaxy Racer.
The Galaxy Racers. Okay, okay. So yeah, I think everyone is already know that you are right now become an assistant coach in the Boom Esport, but some people I think need to be remind again about who you are back then as a player and then everything. So I'm not gonna start from the beginning. I'm just gonna start when this podcast is starting, which is 2021 when you are still playing on the Nigma Galaxy. Let's start with the question: what is happening with the Enigma Galaxy back then? I mean, like, is it because the DPC is not really reliable back then, and then Enigma Galaxy it's gone?
Okay, from my understanding, when I played, I was still in Galaxy Racer. This was before the Enigma merge, and when I was in that team, there was already there was like some stuff going on behind the scenes. I think like there was this second roster being made, and then they were like trying the players from the like current roster that I was playing in, and then there was like some plans for change that I didn't know about as well. Like there's a lot of behind the scenes stuff going on within the team that I think most of us in that roster at that moment didn't know about. And then so basically I got kicked from the team, and then the manager actually or manager, I mean my upper, he basically offered me a job as a manager. This was again pre Nigma merge, so it was I think a few months before Nigma Galaxy actually formed. From what I understand, the plan with the SCA team was always to try and support it for that 1 year. And in that 1 year, because they're coming into a existing team, right? They're not gonna like come in Nigma merges with Galaxy Racer and then suddenly they just like remove the team. So they decided to support us for that year, and unfortunately we didn't produce results, so the team was let go.
Okay, wow, that's very unfortunate. I mean, like you're the player and then you're well basically kicked out. Is that the
Mhm.
right situation back then?
Um, I was kicked when I was in Galaxy Racer, so I got
Oh, okay.
replaced by the Paulson Miracle, which eventually became the Enigma Galaxy roster.
Okay, okay,
Um,
okay.
yeah.
And then let's continue about the journey. And then you become a coach. What is the main reason you are trying to switch your role from the players? Everyone know you are players. Well, right now maybe people already understand that some kind of the player that not really having a current teams or maybe not really playing in the highest level anymore will be starting their new role, become the coach. But on what level on or on what point you're thinking that I think it's time to step down, Adam?
Okay, so when I was playing in Galaxy Racer, I already started beginning to question like what's next for me
Mm.
after playing. Like, if Dota has not been going well, ever since TI and like some nice majors and stuff in complexity, then I had like this RNG and all. And then in Galaxy Racer, the team was like kind of I would say tier 1.5 to tier 2 team.
Okay.
And I started to question like, hey, I'm getting older, like what's next for me? And so everything kind of aligned where I got offered this manager job, and then they were merging with Ningma, right, at that time.
Yes.
So I was like, hey, this is my chance to be part of a bigger org and like put my roots down in esports. So at that moment in time, um, it felt like the best decision to move to a managerial role after the kick.
Okay. So and then after become the manager of the Nigma Galaxy Southeast Asia, you become a coach for Blacklist. And then my question is for that role on the coach role, um, when the coach role approach you like, hey Adam, you want to become our coach for the Blacklist? Is it only Blacklist the one that giving you this opportunity, or any other teams trying to hire you as a coach, but you choose Blacklist?
Okay, so what happened that season was that I was casting DPC,
Mm-hmm.
And before the first season of DPC started, Fnatic approached me, and in the end, Pau, their GM at the time, decided that, oh, I don't know what the team's decision was that Fnatic will hire me next season because they want to play without a coach for a season. That was the decision at the time. So no coach one season, and then unfortunately, Fnatic fell to Div 2,
Yeah.
and that was like the last we saw of them. Right, that's when Fnatic left
Yeah.
Dota. Okay, and then in the second season, before the season started, 2 days before, Execration asked me,
Mm-hmm.
and I felt like it was too last minute to bail on the paneling at that time because it
Okay.
was like 2 days before the season started. I wasn't sure if they could replace me, so I decided to just tell them that I couldn't do it. And then
Okay.
after the third season, well, before, no teams at all. And then eventually after season 3, Blacklist asked me. This was just for TI qualifiers.
Okay. So you sometimes get a long-term offer, and then sometimes you get a like a short-term offer, like what you did with Blacklist, right?
Yeah, correct.
Okay. So and then after Blacklist, what has happened? Is Blacklist not satisfied enough with your contribution,
Um, okay,
or
so from what I understand, or at least the information I got is that, so after Blacklist ended, we actually tried to build a roster.
mm-hmm.
It was, I think, 3 or 4 days before roster lock
Okay.
that Blacklist just told me like, hey, we're not gonna continue with you anymore. We've decided to go for a full Pinoy roster, which was the Abed, Gabby, Blacklist, right? Raven.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was the superstar roster that they were going for.
Okay.
Um, then from what I understand, or at least what I was told, is that they didn't want a coach at the time, or they wanted a Pinoy coach.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how true that is because eventually they ended up trying out with Mushi, right? So I think it's just maybe the players didn't like me or didn't want to give it a chance at that time.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, sometimes you already know the situation before it happens. If I correct, based on your
Mm-hmm.
story, sometimes you already
Yeah.
know what is going to be happens behind you, but and it's become a reality. Like you get kicked, and then you also get replaced again, and then the situation say that they wants to play with the all full Philippines players and also maybe the coach, but they end up with the Mushi. But right now you are under the same organization with Mushi, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then what is happening between the time that you are almost not really uh on the radar after the Geek Fam, because on the data that I gather here,
Yeah.
the last team before Boom Esport is a Geek Fam. What are
Uh,
you?
I was
Yeah, sorry.
I was coaching Bleed, but they never
Oh,
announced anything.
okay, but yeah,
And
because
then
maybe because they're not announced it, so there's no information about it.
yeah, correct, correct.
Okay, so you're in Bleed, and then well, again, Bleed also not really doing well
Mm-hmm.
in term of I don't know, achievement in Dota 2 scenes, especially in Southeast Asia. What do you think about Bleed overall as an organization that treat you is they treat you well, or maybe the team is really
Mm-hmm.
not have any direction, good direction back then, so that's why Bleed gone, like just gone from the Dota 2 scene.
I think when I came into the team had already kind of lost hope, even with the roster change. Like salaries were late, like months late, all the time. Um,
Okay.
there was no boot camp, and essentially when they signed me, the CEO or whatever his role was at the time told me like, essentially that we need to qualify for Riyadh,
Mm-hmm.
but we are unable to. Then I asked like, can you guys provide a boot camp or something? Like we're the only team in the qualifiers playing online. Like that's not realistic. And Blitz salary was a decent amount. Like it's above, I would say it's slightly above average. So to me, it was like, how come they can pay this amount, but they can't provide a bootcamp for like this tournament, which they think is very important. You know, it's like, oh, TI qualifiers and Riyadh are like super important for us. But then
Okay.
I asked for bootcamp, and they're like, no, sorry, we can't provide this. We can't invest any more money into Dota. So it was very weird. It was very weird for me. And when I came into Bleed, I think the team was okay for the most part.
Okay.
it was
Because
just very inconsistent. I think playing online to me is a shitty experience. I think
okay.
not being together, I feel like a lot of interactions, especially as a coach with your players, are based on like small details you see every day. So like, I'm sitting at my computer, I see something, I'll be like, hey Jackie, like blah 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 blah, or like hey teams, blah blah blah, like
Mhm.
it comes from what you see and being able to share in the moment. Whereas online, it's like if I see something, I need to like go search the timer, the replay ID, and be like, "Hey guys, look at this." And then I'm like, "Hey guys, do you look at this?" And not everyone wants to have this conversation because it's so taxing and tedious. I am blessed in Boom though. I feel like everyone's very professional. There's like a really great work ethic. Don't get me wrong, but I still
Mhm.
personally feel that working online is not a nice experience.
Okay. Okay, so right now we will gonna talk about what you are doing in Boom Esport. You are actually already in the Boom Esport even before announce it. I mean, like the announce it kind of late, I think, because
Mhm.
we everyone knows that you are already in the boot camp while Boom Esport is minutes to qualify for the international, right? You are jumping around
Mhm.
with the all the players, and then oh, why Adam? Why even Adam here? I mean, like there is no announcement and everything. And can you tell me a little bit more what is happening between you and also Boom Esport, or how you end up in the Boom Esport? Tell me the story, Adam.
It was actually very random. Just one day, Moshi messaged me and he's like, "Hey, you wanna coach Boom with me?" And I was like, "Sure." And then he told me like, "Oh, we are gonna try to go to Dream League together." Um, but I think there was like some financial issues at the end, so I worked Dream League with them online, and that was like kind of my trial. So for that 2 weeks that they were playing in Dream League, I was like kind of trying to be the assistant coach slash analyst online,
Okay.
just trying to help them prep for opponents and stuff. But I think something happened in Dream League because when I started to kind of participate a bit more, it already felt like the team was so lost after, especially after losing in Dream League itself. I think before the tournament it was not so bad, but after losing, it felt like we were very on a downhill,
Mm.
and we couldn't figure out exactly why.
Mm-hmm.
I think other than that, again, being online sucked. Being in a different time zone sucked, and I think online was worse because the team was together and I was not there. If everyone's at
Oh.
their own home, and everyone's alone, it's kind of a different experience, right? But there are like five
Okay.
people there, and they are together. Like they finish scream, they take off their headset, they talk, or like, and it's very hard for me to be part of that conversation
Okay.
because I'm not there. Like I hear some stuff through the headphones. Sometimes the players they try to come and like talk to me as well. Like Mushi tries to give me like updates and stuff, and Nate as well. But it's it's still it's not the same. It's
Yeah.
just really not the same.
Because you cannot feel
Yeah.
the tension, all the you know the right words, or maybe because you just hear maybe just people screaming, or
It's just
maybe
voices, right?
yeah, it's
Yeah.
just it's just voices that you not really know what is the intention of this word that you heard, just like a whisper, and then yeah, you finally able to fly to Jakarta, I think.
Yeah. So after Dream League,
Mm-hmm.
there was a delay because of I think our boss was really busy with some other team in playing some other tournament. I don't know
Mm-hmm.
the details exactly, but
Mm-hmm.
I did not get confirmation to join Boom till Riyadh was ending.
Okay.
And at that time, I was casting the qualifiers as well. So I was just trying to help be like sort of an analyst.
Okay.
I didn't really participate in any prep with the team. It was just between me and Mushi, just trying to give him like some information about the teams.
Mm-hmm.
And unfortunately, the team didn't make it to Riyadh.
Okay.
And I think I flew over like 2 days later.
Okay. But before we start about the what is happening in the international qualifiers, so on the EWC qualifier, you already start your job too as assistant analyst, right?
I wouldn't say I started my job. I think it's more like I just helping out because I feel like I
Okay.
already committed so much time. So like I just talk about the teams they are playing against, right? Because
Okay.
I'm casting the qualifiers and they didn't. So it's hard for me to. I can't join their scrims, correct?
Oh
Because
yeah, of
I'm
course.
casting. So I could only like tell them about their opponents, how they play. Like what kind of heroes they prioritize. What kind of lanes they prioritize. So that was
Okay.
really all I was doing for EWC.
Okay. What do you see on Boom's journey on the EWC that they didn't make it? I mean, like people kind of also wants Boom to qualify for both, right?
Mm-hmm.
EWC and also the international, but end up just only get one ticket to the two of the
Yeah.
biggest tournament in Dota 2 scene currently, which is the international. But what happened in you know on the grand final, which is you guys lose 1-3 to execration. What is happening? Because on the upper bracket finals, I think you guys wins it. Yes, you guys wins it to 2-1, and then on the
Yeah.
grand final, execration made a payback with a 1-3. What is happening at them? Quick.
Okay, so I wasn't there, but watching the games, I felt like Boom failed to adapt to the pace that Execration was playing at. I think Execration played faster in the grand finals on day two. And I think something that the team talked about as well was that we won through the upper bracket all the way, and no one really felt like what we are doing was wrong. We
Okay.
didn't see no one like said like, hey guys, this is not gonna work tomorrow, we need to change this, or this is like slowing us down. And I think in the end what happened was that we had slightly weaker lanes when it came to the draft, as well as I want to say slower placed heroes. Like these Shadow Demons, these Nagas, these kind of heroes, they are very mid game heavy heroes. They're not really these super early game strong heroes. Whereas Execution, they
Mm-hmm.
went for this like super, oh, we're gonna win our lanes and snowball kind of play style. And I think we just didn't adapt to that in the end.
Mm, okay, okay, understood. And when you fly to Jakarta to help Mushi to the TI qualifiers, what is the mentality that you bring to the players beside Mushi, of course, being Mushi with the bad cop, good cop, sometimes we know it. And then what do you bring to the players? I mean, like, hey guys, we need to refocus everything, or what your motivation to the players?
I think with this roster specifically, everyone is super professional and everyone
Okay.
is very grounded. So there's no like, I don't think people feel motivation or feel hype, but it's like everyone has the work ethic. So everything's okay. I
Mhm.
go there, I just do my job as the assistant coach. Like I try to help with smaller things, smaller details that, and Mushi focuses a lot more on the big picture and
Okay.
how the team should approach the game. So I think we did have a meeting, just me and Mushi, about like what our roles are in the team, and I think
Okay.
that made things clearer. Our first few days of scrims as well as the early TI calls did not go well for us.
Mhm.
Um, and then we had this like big talk, and I think Mushi realized that ever since so basically what happened was that in Dream League we tried to I don't want to say copy. We tried to learn some things from some of the tier one teams,
Oh,
and
okay.
we realized that while learning these new things, we actually stopped doing what we used to do before. So instead of an added skill, it was a totally replaced skill.
Wow.
Yeah, so we kind of figured it out, and we're like, okay, let's not do this anymore. Let's just play how we used to play. Um, we kind of like laid it down, the ground rules of like how we
Oh,
want to operate, and I think from there, Boom was just kind of back.
okay. So basically, the bad result it's because you guys. Correct me if I'm wrong. Okay, Adam. Because you guys trying to adapt or maybe copy the another tier one playstyle.
Yeah, correct. We
Okay, so
wanted to add something that some of the tier one teams did into our arsenal, but
oh,
while
okay.
adding it, we just completely stopped doing the other half of it.
Oh, fine. Okay, so you back to your root to play as a this is Boom Esport, and then that's why you guys qualify it through the lower bracket, correct?
Yeah, I do think so. Correct.
Okay, okay. So, going for my few last question, are you going to the international with the boys?
As far as I know, yes.
Okay, that's perfect. That's perfect because it's kind of weird if you already help them until you fly to Jakarta and then after you qualified you're not gonna fly that. It's gonna be weird, right? And then how's the preparation so far? Because I do remember you guys will be playing on the Snow Ruyi in the China. It's the last biggest tournament before the international. Is that right?
Correct.
Okay.
So we're gonna start Scrim in like 2 days.
Oh wow.
That's Sunday, I guess, and then we'll
Okay.
play online and we'll fly over on the 25th or 26th this month to Snow Rui.
Okay.
We'll have 2 or 3 days before the tournament starts as a team, and then we'll play from there.
Okay.
Regarding TI, I believe we are going to boot camp somewhere in Europe a week or two
Mm-hmm.
before TI, but I'm not. Nothing's confirmed yet on the
Okay.
dates or venue, but that is the general plan right now.
All right. So yeah. So the Snow Rui will be the last tournament before the international, and then after the international, we will see what is happening in after the international, right? So my
Mhm.
question is because most of the team that play in the Snow Rui is also playing in the international too. Is it gonna be the like warm up before the TI? What is the mentality going
Um,
for this tournament, Adam?
I think for us, it's more like we haven't played against this, or at least for me personally, I haven't played against these LAN teams in so long.
Okay.
It's going to be really nice to be back on LAN. I think the experience is very different because I feel like what makes or breaks teams like us, where boom, I would say we are maybe top 8 to top 12 in the world on a good day, you know.
Hmm.
But what's going to help us get from top 8 to 12 to 4 to 6 or 2 to 3 is that how much we can actually learn and take in during tournaments, during LAN events. I think
Okay.
this is very difficult online, but online I think it's very realistic because you get to be part of the tournament, you get to scrim in your groups, you have a very um how I put it, you're always together. I think that matters a lot, and I
Mm-hmm.
feel like LAN tournaments are just very different. So this is my first LAN with Boom, and I'm very curious to see how much impact that I can have with them.
Okay. So based on the data that you already maybe doing some research or maybe absorbing some information, which team you actually don't want to meet in the group stage by the all the teams that will be playing on the Snow Rui, which is Extreme, Tidebound, Yakult, Snigma, Tundra, Bedboom, Gaming, Yandex, Paravision, and then Boom.
I think I want to play Prevision and Boom the most. I
What?
would prefer not to play the Chinese teams, I think, because I feel like we are probably gonna scrim them the most leading up to the event.
Oh, okay.
So when I say I don't want to play them, I mean like it's a very different experience, right? The playstyles are very different. The Europe and China playstyles, like they're a bit more similar to SEA. I want to say in China,
Okay. So
and
instead,
I feel like
okay,
this is a boot camp experience for us. Like we want
okay.
to get in more and take in more, and I think being in the stronger group is always beneficial to you.
Okay, so instead of avoiding all the big names like a Bad Boom, Paravision, you guys really wants to meet them in the early phase, like in the group stage, because I think, well, you're not gonna get eliminated right away from the tournament if you lose on the group stage, but it's kind of learning phase too for Boom Esport.
I think personally for me, the pros of playing like these better opponents or like these super tier one opponents, like these
Mm-hmm.
teams that are winning tournaments, it's like one is you either learn or you get a big morale boost from beating them. So I think both things like are really really big for the team.
Okay.
I think even if you win against them, you can kind of see from their perspective what they're trying to do or like what mistakes they make. I think it's always very rare to get to play these top 3 teams in the world in a tournament setting, and I think that's like always a big win for us if we get to do that.
Okay. All right. Okay, Adam. I think all the information that I want to ask to you I already asked it, and then you already answered my question. And then the last part will be, what are you gonna say to the maybe all the fans of Boomy Sport, your family, to prepare all the stuff before the international and also Snow Rui? Anything else to be added?
Thanks for supporting Boomy Sports guys and me if anyone's there. We'll try to do our best as usual. Hopefully we won't let you guys down. See you all there.
Okay, so yeah, thank you so much, Adam, for your time. So I will be seeing you again in the next couple of months before, after the international, of course. Let's see what's the result of Bumi Sport. I hope it's all the best for Bumi Sport. Maybe
Thank you.
top five on the or maybe top four in the Snow Rui, and maybe some surprise in the international. Okay, because we know the international is always place for a support. Sorry, place for surprise team. Okay. All right, Adam, thank you so much. Bye bye. See you next time.
Bye. See you. Thank you.
Okay, Adam, thank you so much for